Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, the Hurt season hats are still available. Make sure you go in there and you put in Draft Brunson. Use your code, get your discount on your hat. And when you hit the Manscaped, when you check out at Manscaped, do the same thing, man. Put the code in Brunson. You know what I'm saying? 20% off free shipping. Listen, that is done for you all. You know what I'm saying? So listen, man. This was an interesting second and third round for me, man. It was very very interesting. On one hand, I'm not gonna lie, I like the pick. I like the pick of the offensive lineman in terms of the positional pick. Now, I think we got the wrong offensive lineman, in my opinion. Maybe he could prove me wrong, hopefully. This doesn't speak to his talent level at all. I think the guy's a very talented offensive lineman when he's available. But you know, this is the NFL. You only can do what you can do when you're available to do it. How many times are we going to, put our necks on the lines for guys with these type of injury histories? Man, we gave Deshaun Jackson a second go around. We know Deshaun Jackson was low key frail, injury prone. We gave Alshon Jeffrey, a contract extension, knowing that he's sometimes injury prone. We took a chance on Sidney Jones in the second round, knowing he's injury prone. But this guy, you know what I'm saying? This guy, Landon Dickerson, man, could be the most injury prone guy we've drafted in like the last 10 years, man. I have not seen nobody with an injury history like this, you know what I'm saying, that we've drafted in a very, very long time. And I'm nervous out the gate. You know, his injury history, if you go by the trends, man, it almost guarantees that he will never play a full season for the Philadelphia Eagles. He'll never play a full season for the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I'm saying? It's remarkable. He'll never play a full season for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's just what it says. I'm tired of getting these guys with these high draft picks who come with this type of baggage. You know what I'm saying? The smart pick to me right there, if you wanted to address center, it would have been Creed Humphrey. And if you didn't want to address offensive line, you had some guys ready to step in from day one that was still available. Now, we're not going to cry over spilled milk and talk about what we should have did or talk about who we should have got. I agree with protecting your quarterback. The first two picks of this draft were all about Jalen Hurts. All about Jalen Hurts. Protect your quarterback with an offensive lineman. Protect your quarterback with a generational talent at wide receiver. It was all about making sure your quarterback succeeds. So I'm not mad at the pick of Landon Dickerson. I'm mad at the player. I think the correct player right there would have been Creed Humphrey. Not a reach, still went in the second round. It would have been Creed Humphrey because what the Philadelphia Eagles did was start an onslaught, so to speak. A lot of offensive linemen went shortly after our pick. So, it was time for the offensive linemen to start going. So, I think the correct pick would have been Creed Humphrey. He still went in the second round. You know what I'm saying? Creed Humphrey don't have the injury history, and you still would have been able to double back to get Milton Williams if you wanted to. You still would have been able to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even think I would have went there with the pick. Now, Milton Williams is interesting to me, man. Milton Williams has been compared to guys like Aaron Donald. He's been compared to a couple guys, man. Now, I haven't really seen him play. I'm not even gonna hold you. But when you draw comparisons like that, I gotta look at you. But to pass up on Christian Barmore to take an injury-prone offensive lineman, just to take a defensive tackle just doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to repeat myself. To pass on a defensive lineman, to take an injury-prone offensive lineman, just to take a defensive lineman, it don't make any sense. Now, if your plan was to go defensive line and offensive line in this draft, you could have grabbed Christian Barmore while he was right there in your face. You could have grabbed Christian Barmore. You don't pass on Christian Barmore for Landon Collins if you already plan on taking the offensive lineman and the defensive lineman. You don't do that. You take Christian Barmore. You see what I'm saying? And then you see who else is available at center, because it's still centers available to my knowledge. It was just backwards, man. It was just backwards. I think what the Philadelphia Eagles honestly did was get excited because he was an Alabama guy. I think he just got excited because he was an Alabama guy, and they wanted to snatch him up. And that's often the wrong answer. Come on, man. That many injuries, man. That many injuries is alarming, and we ignored the injuries. At 37, you're looking for a guy that's ready to play immediately. Is he ready to start and contribute immediately? No. He has to wait in the background for somebody to get injured. unless we plan on partner ways with Brooks. You never know. Never know. Could this mean the end for Brooks? Because this is a high pick, man. This is a high pick. A 37th pick. This is a high pick. Are we looking at shipping somebody out? You know, those things you got to consider. You know what I'm saying? Now, we are getting ready for the departure of Kelsey, but we got a couple offensive linemen last year who was able to put in some work and did good for us. They were solid. So you just got to see what these picks mean and what these picks pan out. Now, Milton Williams, I'm not sure if he's a defensive tackle or a defensive end. I seen him listed as both, but they say the guy is good. The guy is good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not mad at that at all. I'm not mad at that at all. On a positive note, though, Landon Dickerson was the best, highest graded run blocking offensive lineman in college. It was the highest graded one. So he does work for the run game. He does understand that when the ball is snapped, I need to hit somebody. He does finish his food. I'm not going to lie. He does look for work. He does look to hit people. So these are some active guys, but it just was done backwards. If you were going to go defensive lineman, Christian Barmore was right there. Maybe the plans was not to go, cornerback immediately and not get that. Because the way that this second round and this third round looks like it's panning out, a lot of cornerbacks slipped and a lot of cornerbacks are still taken. But you still got your guy from Syracuse out there. You got a bunch of cornerbacks out there still right now. We got a lot of picks. We did acquire another pick, with the situation with Carolina. So we got some things to look forward to later in the draft. But I just hate the fact that we waited so long to address positions like linebacker and cornerback. I don't think we're even going to pick a linebacker in this draft. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think we're going to pick a linebacker in this draft. So, and they're flying off the board. Washington just picked another linebacker. You know what I mean? I mean, these dudes are beefing up their defense. We're beefing up our offensive and defensive line. Something got to give, but we will see how this pans out. We will see how this pans out. This draft is coming to a close. Teams have, continued to do what they had to do. I just feel I'm not mad at our picks. It was just backwards. It was just backwards, man. I just want to put the emphasis on that. Landon Dickerson has way too many injuries to be taken at 37. There was a slew of offensive linemen and centers available. They went shortly after. But, there's always a guessing game. Who's going to be the one to take the guy with the injury history? He's going to get drafted. Who's going to be the one to take the chance on him? You see what happened with Caleb Farley. Somebody has to take the chance on him, and maybe he got over that. But you're talking about a guy who's shown a pattern, man, a pattern of not finishing seasons, a pattern. You know what I'm saying? He is the definition of injury prone. And you know how we do with the Philadelphia media and the Philadelphia audience that we have. We don't like guys who are not available. So for us to be in this position already, about wasting the 37th pick on a guy with this kind of track record, it raises some eyebrows, man. But let me know what y'all think in the comments about, the second and the third round picks. I'm not going to grade the second and the third round picks overall. I'm going to grade the draft in its totality, but I'm not excited about day two. I mean, we passed up on some guys that are ready to come in and contribute immediately. You know what I'm saying? For a guy with a very, very, very lengthy injury history, man. But like I said, let me know what you think in the comments, man.